UAPA ban on 8 Meitei extremist organizations operating in northeastern states. Centre extends UAPA ban on 8 Meitei extremist organizations. On the 13th of November 2023, the Union Ministry of Home Affairs (MHA) reportedly issued a notification declaring 8 Meitei extremism organizations as unlawful associations under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act (UAPA) for advocating secession of Manipur from India through armed struggle. The 8 organizations are the People's Liberation Army, generally known as PLA, and its political wing, the Revolutionary People's Front (RPF), the United National Liberation Front (UNLF), and its armed wing, the Manipur People's Army (MPA), the People's Revolutionary Party of 𝐮𝐬𝐝 (PREPAK), and its armed wing, the Red Army, the 𝐮𝐬𝐝 Communist Party (KCP), and its armed wing, also called the Red Army, the 𝐮𝐩𝐝𝐴 KYKL, the Coordination Committee (COCOM), and the Alliance for Socialist Unity 𝐮𝐬𝐝 ASUK. The notification collectively referred the outfits as Meitei extremist organizations. Reason for the extension of ban. According to the central government, the outfits have been engaging in activities prejudicial to the sovereignty and integrity of India, employing and engaging in armed means to achieve their objectives, attacking and killing the security forces, police and civilians in Manipur, indulging in acts of intimidation, extortion and looting of civilian population for collection of funds, making contacts with sources abroad for influencing public opinion and for securing their assistance by way of arms and training for the purpose of achieving their secessionist objective, and maintaining camps in neighboring countries for the purpose of sanctuaries, training and clandestine procurement of arms and ammunition. The central government believes that the organization's activities are harmful to India's sovereignty and integrity, and that they are illegal associations. Unlawful Activities Prevention Act (UAPA). It was enacted in 1967 and was amended to be modeled as an anti-terror law in 2004 and 2008. In 2019, Act was amended to designate individuals as terrorists on certain grounds provided in the Act. Provisions of the UAPA. Section 3. The government has powers to declare an association unlawful. Declaring an organization an unlawful organization includes the criminalization of its membership and the forfeiture of the properties of the organization. Section 4. The government is mandated to send the notification to the Unlawful Activities Prevention Tribunal within 30 days of issuing the Gazette notification to have the ban ratified. Constitution of the Tribunal. The Tribunal consists of only one person, who has to be a High Court judge. Section 7. The government has power to prohibit the use of funds of an unlawful association. Section 8. All places that are used by the unlawful association can be notified and seized. What is the UAPA Tribunal? The UAPA provides for a tribunal to be constituted by the government for its bans to have long-term legal sanctity. On receiving notification from the centre, the tribunal calls upon the concerned association to show cause, within 30 days from the date of the service of such centre's notice, that why it should not be declared unlawful. After hearing arguments from both sides, the tribunal can hold an inquiry to decide within 6 months whether there is sufficient evidence to declare an association unlawful association. Under the UAPA, the centre's notification cannot have an effect until the tribunal confirms the declaration in its order. Criticisms of the UAPA. Section 35 of UAPA allows government to list any individual as a terrorist. The government may do so, based on only major suspicion and without any process. The vague powers of state to detain and arrest individuals who it believes to be indulged in terrorist activities gives itself more powers vis-a-vis individual liberty guaranteed under Article 21 of the Constitution. The right to dissent is a part and parcel of the fundamental right to free speech and expression, and therefore, cannot be abridged in any circumstances except for mentioned in Article 19(2). The amendment to UAPA in 2019 empowered the ruling government, under the garb of curbing terrorism, to impose indirect restriction on the right to dissent, which is detrimental for a developing democratic society. In almost 43% of the cases, the charge sheet has taken more than a year or two to be filed. This has led to a delay in getting justice. However, despite UAPA has certain critique, but it is an important act. If there is no immediate curb and control on the activities, they will take the opportunity to mobilize their cadres for escalating their secessionist, subversive, terrorist and violent activities, propagate anti-national activities in collusion with forces inimical to sovereignty and integrity of India, and indulge in killings of civilians and targeting of the police and security force personnel. They will also procure and induct illegal arms and ammunitions from across the international border, and extort and collect huge funds from public. So it was important for the center to extend the ban on 8 Meitei extremist organizations.